for B2B clients. So I've been a developer for 10 years, and so this story started about a year ago, and I wanted to tell how it evolved and what we got. So what have we got? Who are we? We're a big company. We have lots of teams. And very briefly, so we have component teams, so antivirus, some antivirus database, firewalls, different teams work on that. So there are product teams. So then out of bricks, so they put together and just make a product. So then building a building. So then we have additional, so then threats, lawyers, accountants. There are many. So what we do? So we do lots of different products. So we protect the world, we save the world, and we need certainly to be ready for so small users and big users. Customers. And so we're trying just to do it at every stage of our software development, in spite of the fact that we're a product company. We market products, and after we market the product, we support our users. So just so antivirus needs to be supported, maintained, and so for example, tuning is not correct, so we support it after sales support. And so we're trying to do it as quick as possible and with high level of quality. What I mean by quality? So is this car a quality car or not? Yeah, for example, yes. Is this car a quality car? What car make is that? Who knows that? So okay, this is a ladder. If we are to do it very briefly, standards. So there are users' expectations what we did, and so this is the overlap. So we get what the user needs and uses. Then when we get some excessive functionality, bugs, and then we have unrealized expectations. And in the middle, that's exactly what the client needs. So we came to the conclusion that the bugs and the new issues and the new challenges that the clients have, so they kind of are doable and resolvable, but not quickly enough, and not with good quality. So, but the client's still unhappy, even if we do it well. So we decided to think, why? What can we do about it? And so we changed ourselves. So we made some changes, organizational changes. So manager came up to me and said, just we have a specific maintenance team, and now this maintenance team will disappear. It will be scrapped. So we need just to think of something to make sure the clients are happy and we could address their concerns. And why have we done it? Because we wanted to be closer to the customer. How it worked before the change. So we had the product team, and they make a product. So we have new versions. That's the output, and new releases, and new products at the output. And then we have another support team. And actually, so there's a local office. There are 3 lines of support. Then there is R&D, and in R&D within there is this support team, a maintenance team within this R&D team. Before R&D, only 10% of customers' incidents and concerns, but these 10% that actually filtered down to the R&D team, so were most important. So all major issues, all major challenges were filtered at the level of support. But the key for big and for big clients, fussy clients, we had to address them. But there was a problem related to the fact that they were not addressed the way the client wanted them to be addressed. So the manager comes in and said, so these are the goals. So then little resources over a certain period of time, efficient, integrated without loss of quality. And then the client satisfaction needs to be raised in order to understand. So the product is the flagship of our product for large corporations, enterprise solutions. So 100 people worked on it, and the maintenance team was about 15 people. A big enterprise solution. And so then when we joined together, everything became a single whole. That's how we started to work. So we had the development group, function group, component group, feature, releases, etc. Then there was the maintenance group, so that was a cross-functional group that did everything. So it could do drivers, it could modify, change, take any code of any component team and command, change something and give it to the client. And so we had even such challenges as related to, so these fixes, private fixes. they were not tested, or tested not very well. And so when we had some, so we did and the EULA standard. So then the fix, when you use it, wait for the new release because you don't know. So the corporate clients don't want to wait. So the enterprise clients are impatient. They want it right now, and the support team. And then the support team are the people, so they are very competent, and they couldn't handle that, and so there were 15 people, and they didn't do it well. So they continue working, but now they are just in different departments, and and so we put them together, and that's what we got. So same thing as we had, but there are two dispatchers now. So one dispatcher actually who actually then all the incidents, the incoming incidents, users incidents. So he routes them into different components and groups. So he's not a manager, so he's a guy who is just routing the concerns of the customers. And this was a very simplified system of the process, and but it's not much different from any support department or in any other group. So this client support, so then making a fix, a patch, then or so testing, support, and workaround proposals, etc. Workaround, fix, test, then the solution for sure. So good solution, a workaround, or temporary solution. So then the idea is just to put it in the main product or to its component. So where to route it, communication. So then, so my colleagues will analyze, is it good or not, and then include it in the next release, or just to figure out what to do with this fix. So the challenge is that so these letters not always came on time. And that's why we had a situation whereby your fix is not so good and will not be included in the next release. And that's why the new version just would come out with the same bug. And that was a firewall. How to break through this wall? So we decided to get rid of the wall, and we said, okay, so then the maintenance team, in spite of the fact that they are competent and they can handle it, so then the development team will be doing maintenance independently. And there was this, won't we die because of the flow of incidents and unhappy customers? Because working on bugs is different from working on the incidents from the clients, because they need special attention, and it's very difficult just to get rid of them. So you need to offer them good support. And it's not just a general bug fixing effort. So now we have a user and an incident. So this is the incoming group, incoming window. It does the initial analysis of this incident, this bug. In spite of the fact there was a support effort, and we at the R&D level, so we do this additional analysis, and so then we add additional artifacts to do it properly. So then all the incidents are transformed into simple bugs. And usually, more often than not, a developer is not even aware that he is working on the basis of the incidents. If he doesn't want to learn about that, he will never know about that. That all incidents are transformed into bugs. Then he fixes it. Certainly, then there should be competence to do it, to fix it fast. And then this is integrated into the recent version, or we'll do the hotfix and provide it to the client. It's straightforward.
Moreover, all solutions get automatically to the new version of components and products, and as a result, we only miss the customization efforts. We deliver products, we have box solutions, and we cannot just take one client who says, we want in your interface to write, this company is the best. The other company says, we want you to write our company, to mention our company as the best in your interface. So we cannot do that. We have to reject such proposals, and we have much fewer fixes to do. Also, we need direct feedback between development and business. We ask them whether the new solution is good or bad, whether it helps or not. We get this information directly. And our developers accumulate experience. We don't have to do any additional actions for that. Very often we see incompatibility with the customer software. We get data about the software, the environment. We can sometimes go to the customer to find out, but usually it's enough to solve the problem remotely. So before we had this kind of situation. Now we still have some questions because we can improve on and on, but we have much fewer questions. And let me boast a couple of things. customer incidents: red incoming, green outgoing, queue. We have two categories of customers: VIP contract and general contract. VIP solutions are served in a priority matter. We can supply them with hotfixes. All the rest get the next release. But if it's a massive problem, we can do a hotfix even for rank and file people. And as you can see, both queues, incoming and outgoing, are reducing. We have fewer tasks there. We try to offer solutions to more than one person, more than one customer. We don't solve an isolated problem, we solve a wider set of problems. And the result is quite positive. This is the trend from the beginning of the year. We show some upgoing curve. We started in March or April. To begin with, we wanted to stabilize the queues, and from September, we tried to reduce our backlog. We don't do anything special here. We just did some inventory and re-inventory of the backlog. And it turned out that solutions developed for the previous 6 months are applicable to other customers as well. And we switched from solving individual problems to solving group problems. SLA, how true is the data? Of course, we have service level agreements. Before March, we didn't always observe it. From March on, we did our best to stay within SLA. In July, we had a problem because a lot of people were on leave. Then we started asking the customers about their satisfaction level. The first reaction was surprise. Not because we asked that question. Many companies in the B2B area never asked about customer satisfaction. They forget about it. They believe that satisfaction is reflected in money, contracts, additional services. But there are always people behind contracts, people with their attitudes and perceptions. We made 2 surveys, one in April, the other in September. You can see all the parameters. We moved on in all directions. We believe this is a very good results. Other solutions of B2B and B2C areas are thinking about it. And the results, well, maintenance moved to development. We are not overflown in the maintenance funnel. Our queues are stable. They are a little bit shrinking, and we develop new features, new functions. Hotfixes are part of new releases now all the time, which means higher customer satisfaction from one release to the other. We have a single window for all customer incidents, single point of entry. We are within SLA parameters now, and the queues are becoming smaller. We are talking to customers. We started talking to them. Customers were surprised and happy. Are there any questions, please? Thank you very much. A lot of enterprise customers come to us, and we are in the same position as you were. So the fixes are clear, the releases are clear, but have you got a system of patch trains when every month you It's not service packs, but patch trains with a certain number of fixes for customers. Not hot fixes. It's a tested version in parallel with hot fixes, new releases, patch trains. Have you got patch trains? At present, we don't. We have an analog, so-called maintenance releases. We have a long development cycle. Maintenance releases are delivered once every 6 months. We want to deliver them every 3 months. Sometimes there is no business need because of our business development cycle and product development cycle in our particular company. Apart from hotfix, there are cumulative patches with partial regress, several hotfixes merged into one, but it cannot be called a full-scale maintenance release. We try to test this technology, and also when we have a new version, we know what kind of requests customer made, and we sometimes send them hot fixes. If you want the same functionality in the new version, please install this in addition to the new version. We solved the problem of customization in this way. There was a curious fact when from local offices we had letters that it's a bad product, you send hot fixes at once. They say no, we deliver you customization fixes, not hot fixes. Okay. What about developers and the team that does research and development? They are different people with different mindsets. Development doesn't want to do support. What did you do in your company to overcome this issue? Good question. We did it, but with great effort. We turned customer interfaces into usual incidents and bugs. So this is a bug. You have to fix it. It doesn't work. Do it. And so they develop it. And in fact, this is customer support. So we turn it into bug fixing. What about customer satisfaction measurement? Apart from B2B and B2C, a person who takes a decision and end users are different from end users sometimes. Decision maker and end user are not always the same person. How can you measure satisfaction in general? And how precise are your customer satisfaction metrics? We ask technical specialists because, yes, there are managers and decision makers, but the information is provided by technical specialists for them to take a decision. At the same time, technical specialists are users of our software, antivirus software. Kaspersky Security, Endpoint Security is an endpoint located, which is running at user machines, user PCs, and there are some administrators who use sort of Active Directory to manage those endpoints. These technical specialists, on the one hand, are our functional customers. On the other hand, they are users of our software. Rank and file users could even not know about what is running on their PCs. We asked technical specialists only. As far as validation is concerned, it's a good question because sometimes, well, very often such measurements are subjective. We needed some average values to see whether we did a good job or a bad job in general. But the results were good. As you can see, we have growth in all parameters. It doesn't mean how precise are the figures, but we see the trend, the clear trend, which is positive. How many people did you survey? We cannot survey tens of thousands of people. It's an enterprise segment, and we don't have many very large enterprises in this country. I'm Konstantin from Virtuoso. We used to have a maintenance team who realized that these are customer bugs. They have to be fixed in hot fixes and customer fixes, whatever. Now you turned all the incidents into bugs. And a developer who doesn't know that this is a customer request, you tell him this is a bug. How do you trace the urgency of request? Of course, we have a portal where we trace customer incidents, but this is for support team. Then if customer incidents are transformed into bugs, bugs have high priority, very high priority indeed. If you need escalation when a large customer starts being nervous, then the priority is raised to critical level. Then each developer has a to-do list. He takes the first one from top. When you have a fix, how do you deliver it? Hotfix, we preserve it. We associate a change set to him. Dispatchers take the change set. They are developers who do some additional administrative functions. On the basis of this change set, we deliver a hotfix with additional information. Then we test it and check it as a minimum through auto tests and give it to support. Support checks it once again if necessary. If we say that it's a bit risky and we are not clearly sure about that, and after several levels of filtering, we can give it to the customer. So in any case, if anything is wrong, so at a certain level we shall find a problem, if any. So maintenance could do it faster, perhaps. Maintenance, let me tell you again, maintenance team did it faster, individually, as a team. I'm Konstantin from Kaluga. You mentioned the prerequisites of why you came to this solution. It's interesting, how did you come to the previous version? It also appeared due to some reason. You had one group, then you split it, now you merged it back. The initial group existed for about 5 years. And it existed even before I joined the company, so I'm not a person to answer your question. Well, the solution you came to is quite logical, I should say. Why didn't you take it in the first place long ago? Let me turn it this way. The maintenance team supported several products, 2 or 3 products. History proved that all customer incidents are related to the product I work with now. Not because the product is bad, but because it's very popular. And 95% of incidents are related to this particular product. I can suppose that initially the company presumed more or less equal and balanced number of incidents, but practice showed that all incidents, almost all of them, are related to this product. Any more questions, please? Then let us thank the presenter.